Tack It
Tack It
Up!
Up. What's up? It's Dan.
Rob, episode 2
What's up, Dan?
of the Tack It Up
Episode 2.
podcast. Has some
That's right. What are we
technical
drinking tonight?
has some technical difficulties.
This is the second shoot.
The second
Fuck it.
shoot,
Let's roll.
we're rolling
What are you
tonight.
drinking on tonight?
Fat tire, same as last week. I had a couple left over. Since it is a just second shoot, dude, I I don't even know if I have any of these left. I
Well, how is the fat tire, dude?
I
I was
have
looking at that today. Shopping. I don't know. It looked all right.
I have a sip left, so
Take it. Crack something else.
that's all the fat tire. It's standard, which I like. I think giving it a review 7.2, right? It's not horrible. It's not the worst thing I ever tasted, but it's not like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's standard. It's just good, basic, standard beer.
A little one bite pizza.
I'm
7.2.
giving it the one bite pizza, the 7.2. I honestly I like it because there's no curveballs thrown at you. You know?
No bullshit.
There's no bullshit. It's a beer, you're getting a beer. It's like 5.2%. It's just standard beer. Which when I'm going to the liquor store, when I'm buying beer, I want beer, you know? And this is what I get. Now, let me pull some other shit out right here. Victory Brewing, Golden Monkey.
That's what I'm drinking on right now, dude.
You got what?
This is probably Merry Christmas.
The Merry Christmas.
Merry Monkey.
Merry
Monkey. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably the worst beer I've ever had in my whole life, and I've drinking a lot of beer. If you can't, I've drinking a lot. It is the worst beer I've ever had. I don't know who would want to put. What is this? Cinnamon, orange peel, nutmeg, cranberry. That sounds awful, and it's 10%, so it's even worse. My head is like eroding.
Right, like this is disgusting. I bought a 6-pack of these because I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like it can't be. Nothing is that bad. I drank half of one and poured the rest out, and I'm not even a waster. But this is disgusting, and it's about all I have in here to drink, I think. But this is really horrible.
Yourself to drink.
This is really horrible. 9.5% Golden Monkey. I've had the Victory Sour Monkeys. And here's the thing. I know you're not big on sour beers. But it's sour, so it overcomes the awfulness of whatever the fuck that is. The just normal monkey grossness. All you just taste is sour, so it's tolerable.
Let me turn my phone off. See, that I can't. Ever since Mike made us try that one, where was it? Harrigan's, that fucking hole in the wall.
Yeah, that basement pub.
I can't. It tasted like a sour sock. I'm gonna be honest. that beer was a sour sock. I don't know how you can drink that much. All the power to you if that's what you're into, but I'm not into that. Gotta be honest.
Me, I could have like a sour beer once in a while and slow sip it, like just baby it. It's sour. Like I could tolerate it, but I can't like if I could take like a shot of one. You know what I mean? Like almost like a wine tasting. Like you know, swirl it around, sniff it or whatever the fuck they do, and maybe spit it out.
Yeah, sniff it with your sommelier.
Yeah, and like eat some cheese with it or something.
Oh my!
Get a little cheese stick surprise.
I'm gonna pass on that. Cheese stick surprise. We need to have a cheese stick surprise, like just a vlog cheese stick surprise session.
Yeah.
So getting right into it, what's going on with the stock market? Like you know more than anybody, in my opinion. Granted, I'm gonna say this out loud so we don't get sued. I'm just here so I don't get sued. We are not giving financial advice. I'm a retard. Rob is not a retard, but we're not giving financial. We're not giving that. So don't go out there and buy what we're telling you to buy, or do what we're telling you to do. Don't do that.
Right. So, we're not financial
on?
Advisors. We're not. We're young kids fucking around with money, and we make
Fuck you,
money.
money.
We make money,
We have
but
fuck you, money.
yeah, like we're not
So what's
bulletproof,
going
but
on?
so from my understanding, right, is that these hedge funds and like these professional like stock bro like basically the wolves of Wall Street are
Yeah,
there's you could short a stock which is basically making money the more a stock goes down. So they were shorting GameStop, which is a dog shit company from the get go. Even at their all time highs, fuck GameStop, right? You buy a game and you try to
fuck
sell
me.
it back
Fuck
to them the
GameStop.
next day, they offer you less than half
The
price.
next day, dude. My girlfriend. Speaking of this, my girlfriend got this Paper Mario game. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't play Mario.
Yeah,
I play Dota 2, a real man's game.
a man's game. Yeah,
So she got Paper Mario. She literally got it a week after it came out. Went to go return it because it was ass.
right.
You know who would play that shit? She got it was a $60 game. They offered her 20.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Your shit's kind of lagging.
yeah, a little technical
Sure?
difficulties. I'm here.
Don't worry about it. You know what I'm. You want to give me that much off a
Yeah,
price?
they're giving you
30,
less than half,
35.
basically. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Go to
And
hell.
and and to go a little sidetrack, to go off on the Mario, I was at my buddy's house a couple weeks ago, and he's got like a 7-year-old son, and he's like, "Hey, you want to play Mario Kart?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "When was the last time you played Mario Kart?" I'm like, "Oh, it's been a couple years." He's like, "Okay, I'll go easy on you." And I'm like,
He said,
"Let's."
I'll go easy
Yeah,
on
he's like,
you.
"I'll go easy on you." I'm like, "Rainbow Road don't change, son. Rainbow Road don't change." And I whooped this kid's ass. I was going
Rainbow.
100%. I was throwing blue shells, red shells, banana peels. I whooped his ass, dude. I came in first. He came in like eighth. Just whooped his ass. He's like, "I don't want to play
Fuck
this
you,
game
buddy.
anymore." I'm like, "No, you don't. Not against me." Anyway, fuck GameStop, right? So I guess a bunch of people on Reddit and the power of the internet, they were like, "Hey, listen, these billionaires are making a killing off of GameStop. If we all buy into it and do this and do that, we could fucking make money." So that's what started happening. Bunch of people saw this Reddit post, got in on it, and then other people see that okay, it's rising, and like fear of missing out, just people buy into it, and it just spirals out of control. And it gets to a point where GameStop is completely overvalued because fuck that company. So it's way overvalued, and what ends up
Listen,
happening is the trading platforms like Robinhood and E-Trade and whatever other platforms you're on, they halt buying the stock. So the stock can't rise anymore. If no one's buying it, you could only sell it. It's going to go down. So it goes down, gives the hedge funds and the billionaires time to recover their funds and not lose as much as they could potentially lose, and then they open trading back up. It's really just the man winning at their own game. I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, it's not my game. I see the options that are in front of me, and I trade what's in front of me, and that's really that. Your mic is muted. I think when you plug your
hello?
headphone, yeah, there you go.
No, what I mean, you're not gonna beat these companies, dude.
Yeah, I mean they
You're not. At the end of the like, someone's gonna listen to a hedge fund guy compared to some average Robinhood trader any day of the week. I'm sorry to this. I mean, that's just how life works, you know.
right. It's
Because you got $200 in GameStop, you think they're gonna listen to you? Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, and me is that if you're the billionaires and you lost money, good, go fuck yourself. If you're just a regular guy and you lost money, good, go fuck yourself. Who gives a shit? It's like you should know the risks and rewards of it. Like me
Yeah.
personally, I didn't get in on GameStop because fuck that company. I don't want to own a single piece of it. They sell calculators for Christ's sakes because they're a dying company. When was the last time you bought a
Calculator.
hard disk game
Wait, do they
from
really
GameStop?
sell a calculator?
Yes, you could get like the T85, the Texas Instruments calculators because they're falling
They're
apart.
really falling apart.
I mean, there's no incentive to buy hard disk copies anymore.
You can buy that shit right on your like any console,
You could have
PS,
it.
Xbox.
Yeah, you could already have everything preloaded, and then boom, at midnight, play the game. The midnight release parties always sounded fun, but now, I mean, if you could just already have everything downloaded, and then clock strikes 12, boom. So fuck
Why would you
GameStop.
camp out?
Yeah, fuck GameStop. That also brings me into
Because those better
Dogecoin.
go into it. 'Cause you know, man, I was literally Pablo Escobar. Go like I'll listen.
Dogecoin, if you don't know, you're probably living under a rock. But it's cryptocurrency, basically like Bitcoin. And the thing with Dogecoin is that the coin itself is a meme. It's made as a joke, and there's unlimited of it. So Bitcoin, there's a finite amount of Bitcoin, which like who even knows how true that is? I'm sure like the creators could go into like the coding and just code it so that there's more Bitcoin. But technically,
Oh yeah,
there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin in the world. Dogecoin, there's unlimited amount. So when there's unlimited amount of anything, it's practically worthless because there's unlimited of it. So should Dogecoin be worth anything? Technically, no, but things are only worth what other people are willing to buy it for. And
I told you
for
a
years,
month or two ago.
Dogecoin was trading at like 2/10 of a cent, and Dan was
Your
just like,
boy swooped in.
Dan over here was just like, listen, if you put $20 in now, if this thing ever reaches a dollar, you make like $20,000. Which, yeah, it's true. But the odds of this thing that's not even worth half a cent right now is going to get to a dollar, that sounds ridiculous. Well, this whole
I think
GameStop
your boy
fiasco
put
happens.
30 bucks. Your boy put 30 bucks and made 700.
Yeah.
Dude, it went to the moon. It went to the moon,
Yeah, so it went from being
and I'm
like
hurting on it
two
right
tenths
now.
of a cent to almost 10 cents.
Good.
And
Almost made it. We
people
almost
were
made it.
cashing out. I see on
I
Twitter,
wish.
on the stock twits Twitter, the fin twit, people are saying hold the line, Doge
Hold the
to a
line.
dollar. I mean, they
Oh
are
my
really
god,
feeling it.
dude, that's like Mike, our friend Mike. He was like, dude, I bought $3,400 worth of Dogecoin, and I was like, I'm like sitting there with my maybe $100 now because I bought back in. Like, they're insane. I like told him, I'm like, dude, that is insane.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
3,400. And then, like you see the shit on. I know you don't have Instagram, but you see like on Instagram, $100,000 someone's putting in a Dogecoin. I'm like, dude, like that is crazy. Like it's not going to the moon like that. Like
Especially
the
when
moon for me is 10 cents.
yeah, especially when like on in all like logical sense, it should not be worth anything. Even 2/10 of a cent is overvalued because there's unlimited
Uh,
amounts of it. There anything? This thing is about as like as worth like it as a grain of sand. You know how much sand there is out there? There's technically more Dogecoin than there is grains of sand. Like how insane is that? How much would you pay for a grain of sand? I guess technically, yeah, people fucking buy sand for like fucking mixing shit or something. It's like, yeah, people pay for sand,
you
but like,
don't pay a premium for. I mean, I guess you do. See, but like, I don't know. I guess when
but
you think about it in that aspect,
there's more Dogecoin
yeah,
than
it's just
sand.
like never.
Yeah. I mean and that's why me personally I can't justify myself buying into it just because I don't see that. But that's obviously that's not saying you can't make money on it. I mean, yeah, obviously you can make
Dude,
money on it.
money's the rule of all evil, dude. You can get it. I just got in, got out. I was like, oh, if this thing ever goes off, I'll make money. Made money, and I'm like, all right, I'm pretty happy. But I'm not gonna. That's something. If you want to hold forever, you're insane. You'll be dead by the time that shit reaches $1.
Yeah, just be you gotta
It
if
only
you're
got to
gonna
10 cents. I was screaming.
yeah, if you're gonna be okay with putting money into it, know that every dollar you put into it, you have to be completely okay with just losing it all. Like it's a it's a gamble. It's like gambling like a hand of poker.
That is gambling at that point. Because, dude, look at the history of it. Like, its peak was a cent before.
Yeah.
Now it's at 8 cents. And you're like, oh my god, it's going everywhere. Like, it was at a cent for 7 years. It was like that was like its peak performance was a cent. Like, go get a penny on the ground. That was a Dogecoin. You have $1. You know how many? That's insane, dude. Insane.
Yeah.
And people are like, dude, it's going to $10. This guy came into my job. Because this guy comes in and talks about that shit all the time. He's like, oh, it's going. How about I spend my whole paycheck on Dogecoin? I looked at him. I'm like, you have priorities? Like, you have a family? Like, what are you doing? He's like, no, dude, I can see it going to $10. He's like, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna move away. I'm like, dude. I'm like, read a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Go home. Do something else with your life.
That dude is just living in a fantasy world.
At that point, that's all you're doing is living in a fantasy, dude. What are you, crazy? Oh my god. Dude, but going into that crazy ass dude, mental health. It's been a big thing recently. Mental health awareness, that's all I've been seeing. And we've both been through our own journeys.
Yep.
So give me like a rundown of what you think on mental health. Like, what's the thoughts?
I don't know. I think the whole quarantine COVID lockdown has a lot to do with it. I think a lot of just like fun stuff, just like social interaction is what you
Yeah.
need to stay yeah, it's what you need to stay like mentally sane. And quarantine and lockdown just you're not able to leave your house, go to restaurants, go to parties, bars, clubs, this, that, even school, just interacting with people at school. All that's shut down. You're locked inside your house. You can't do anything fun. And when you go outside, you see people, they're all covered up wearing masks. It's crazy. And I feel like that it has a lot to do with most people who already maybe didn't have like any like mental health disorders. It's bringing them out now because of just
Oh
all
yeah.
these restrictions.
Dude, you walk around now, it's like everyone's fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude, you can see someone down the street, you're like, oh my god, dude, this guy was perfect before this, and now he's fucked up. Like, just staying inside. I guess when you cut someone off of their daily routine, they're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that
Because,
that's
dude, if
the
this,
big thing. Like I know with me personally is when once I got into like a daily routine and I just did the same thing every day, it just helped me mentally just be like okay. Like I would do the same thing every day. I'd start my day the same and that was just enough to like get me out of bed, get me moving, and then I could just keep going on my day.
dude, you know what it is for me? The big thing, waking up every morning, making your bed. It might be a small thing. People might not think of it and be like, "Whoa, wow," you know. And people might just do it and not even think about it, and that good on you. Like, that's a great thing. Keep doing it. But like, dude, like for me, I'd be sitting on my bed, like when quarantine like first started. Just dude, like going out for me, like that was what I like did to like keep my mind going. Like, I went to the gym a lot. Granted, right now it might not look like it. I'm like a bear. I'm hibernating for the winter, waiting to come out, sprout my wings, learn how to fly. But dude, when quarantine first started, it was like, what the fuck? What do I do now? So like, dude, I would sit in bed, just like wait for the day to be over. Making my bed, waking up, it was like, what do I do? I was like, now I got to start doing shit. I can't just sit in a made bed, you know. Like at that point, I was like, all right, and then I just like grew from there. You gotta just like expand it from there. Because I feel like that's like a big hurdle for everybody.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
what's the next thing to do?
there's a I think like a Navy admiral or something wrote a book. I think it's actually titled "Make Your Bed."
Taco?
No, not Jocko. Jocko was a SEAL. This is I think his name is David Collins or something. Something along those lines.
I gotta look
But
into that.
yeah, he wrote a book, and I think he gave a speech at some college where he basically says he's like, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed in the morning. Because making your bed is one small task, and it'll motivate you to do other small tasks that end up turning into big tasks. And when I first heard that, I'm like, dude, that's such bullshit because
Yeah, like fuck you, man.
like I'm not going to make my bed in the morning just to go back to sleep and ruin it, when I sleep, like move around in my sleep.
Amen. Amen, dude.
And then I don't know
I'm
what
just like,
happened.
fuck that.
I don't know what happened, but just one morning I woke up and I'm like, you know what? Let me make my bed. And I did it, dude, and it's just instantly just changes. Like I'll catch myself like if I'm falling into like a mental slump or something, and the one thing that I'll catch myself is be like, I'm not making my bed, And I'll just go start
Dude,
making my bed, folding my laundry or something. Like it's like those small things that like literally like the guy said, I mean, the guy like controls half the fucking Navy or whatever, so he probably knows what he's talking about.
dude, you know what it is? Before this podcast, I came home and my bed wasn't made, and I make it almost every day. Like ever since like quarantine started, I started getting. I remember talking to you. I was like, "Oh, I'm fucked up, dude." I'm like, I need to find some direction. I came home today. My bed wasn't made. I'm like, something's weird. I'm like, something's off. I was like, oh shit. This week I've been like, kind of like, whatever. I've been like going through the motions. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, some weeks are like that. Like, how was this week for you?
Yeah, actually, my week has kind of been like that. Like I wasn't really making my bed or anything, and it's been kind of like just a slow week. Like I was sleeping a lot, and I didn't really accomplish too much. Like I just woke up, went to work, came home, went to sleep, like just repeat. And it's like you feel that in your like performance, like the days you're just sluggish. Like even at work, I was just moving slow and just didn't really accomplish anything. And yeah, I mean,
Some weeks are like that though. Not every week is gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna act like fucking Elon today. I'm gonna
yeah.
get everything done. I'm gonna get all this shit done. Some weeks you're gonna wake up and say, all right, I'm really not feeling this. It's the bounce back. I think you can bounce back.
Well,
Because anyone can.
this is how my week started,
Get that.
right? So Monday, I'm driving to work. I stop at Burger King, and I grab my food out the window through the drive-through. I start driving to work. I eat a couple French fries, drink my drink, and I reach in the bag and I pull out a Whopper. And to most people, that probably sounds pretty normal, but I
I
didn't
know
order a
that's not
fucking
you.
Whopper, right? So I was damn pissed because for the past 24 years that I've been eating at okay, maybe not 24 years, my whole life that I've been eating at Burger King, I don't get a Whopper, right? I get chicken
You're a
tendies,
chicken nugget guy.
yeah, chicken nugget guy, or the occasional chicken fries. Recently, I've been feeling the chicken fries, and that's what I ordered.
Easy, dude. Compact,
Yeah, and it's just
fry shaped.
you're driving too, so you're just boom, but
Yeah.
you're just shoving them down your throat. And I get a
So they gave
Whopper.
you the walk.
They gave me the Whopper. I'm already down the road. Like there's no turning back now. I already ate all the fries. Like I'm like shit. I look at the Whopper too. I'm like, well, I am
That's
hungry. Maybe I'll eat it. But it's like no tomato, heavy on the pickles. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with this person?
who the fuck ordered this shit?
I know.
That's what you look at it. You're like, who ordered this shit?
And I'm not the type of
You
guy
go,
to
you go
even.
back.
I know most people, I guess, like check their food like right there, like they get it handed to them, they check. I'm not that type of guy. Like no one was even there in the
I'm not
drive-through.
either, dude.
No one was there.
You
I
fucked your shit up when no one was there.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they fucked it up, dude. And it's not like people are inside because there's the damn fucking pandemic going on. Like, I don't
See,
know how
that's
they
kind of
fucked it
bad.
up. I don't know if they probably spit in it or something.
Oh, they're like, fuck this guy. We want to sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
Let's give him like the complete opposite of chicken fries. Let's extra pickle that motherfucker.
So like now, unfortunately, every time I go to Burger King, I'm gonna have to check my food. Like, even
I
if there's
mean,
a full line behind
sometimes you
me,
gotta be that guy.
I'm that guy now. Until Burger King could regain my trust.
Just put shit together.
Yeah, I'm
We
that
can't
guy.
trick you up.
Yeah.
But,
You
I mean, I think that's the age with us, though. Like, I'm getting to that point where I might as well wear a New Balance and start checking my food. I bring coupons to the grocery store now.
Oh,
It's over.
I can't
So,
coupon, dude. I'm not a coupon guy.
I mean, it's basically over for me.
Yeah.
Like, I might as well start talking about hi, the Yankees. I'll go up to everyone like, what about them Yankees, huh?
Yeah,
Just
just like the typical sunglasses from the gas station,
I'll get the aviators on. I'll be like, what about the Yankees, huh?
cargo
I mean,
shorts, grill
but I get
tongs
that
on your
though.
hip.
Yeah,
You're,
grill tongs on the holster.
yeah. You're like burgers and
Never,
dogs, huh? You anyone want some burgers and dogs?
no ketchup on it, right? I mean, but I get that though, dude. You know how many times I've been at a drive-through where I just want to strangle that mother? Like you see me, I'm a drive-through guy.
Oh
Look at the
yeah.
size of me. You can't get 260 without a couple drive-throughs in you. I went through my time. I've earned my stripes, dude. But like, I get that now. Now I'm at that age where I gotta check the food.
You got to
Like, you
check the
know that
food.
disappointment where you get to the drive-through and you're fucking after you leave and you're like, this isn't my order, cocksucker.
Dude,
Like
and
I
here's
got
the
into a fight with the drive-through guy. I think I told the Taco Bell dude. I told this guy to suck my dick. I was like, "Fuck you, asshole."
What, he got your
You know why?
tacos
Because
wrong?
they didn't have potatoes.
Who the
I
fuck
went full
orders
fat.
potatoes from Taco Bell?
I
Just
went
get
full fat
tacos.
boy with it. I'm like, cocksucker, give me no. Yo, those potatoes. There's something in that methamphetamine, crack cocaine. There's something in those potatoes.
They do look good, but I never eat them, dude.
Uh, so I started cursing at this guy. I don't think he liked it too much.
Why? Were you cursing?
So
It's not
that's
his fault they're
um,
out of potatoes.
I was in a bad mood. I wanted those potatoes. Those potatoes were gonna bring me
So
happiness.
you're just an asshole for
Those
picking
pota-
on the little guy.
I said sorry. I got to the drive-through, put my head down, gave him a tip, said I was sorry. I made it up. Money is the root of all evil. Money can bring people happiness.
I hope he's spitting your
So,
food.
dude, getting on the. I might have gotten a loogie in the taco.
I hope
It's
so.
a
You
loogie in
earned
the
it.
taco, but I'll take it. I earned it. I earned those stripes. Dude, so how was the rest of the week for you, though? We got to Monday. Was the rest of the week the same way after the Whopper? It
Oh,
just kind of
dude.
trickled down
It
after that?
was, well, it was like I don't fucking trust anyone anymore. Because here's how my week ended. Let me go to the weekend. So, Friday comes around,
Uh-huh.
and I forget my lunch at home.
Oh, you got to work, you
And,
forgot the lunch at home?
well, I'm already halfway to work. I work like an hour away. I'm halfway there, and I realize I forget my lunch. It's way too late to go back, so I'm like, shit, I guess I'm going to have to eat fast food for lunch. Bojangles.
Oh, dude, best lunch you can
And
get.
Bojangles is
What are you
good, dude.
talking about?
But, well, here's the thing, dude.
Bojangles
Bojangles.
sweet tea?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
So here's what I get from Bojangles. I get the chicken tendies, right? We know that. With the and when you get the chicken tendy meal, it comes with like you got to get a large sweet tea, you get the large fries, you get the four-piece
This
tendies.
tea,
Yeah, that sweet tea is nice,
come
dude.
on. That sweet tea is like Russian River water. It just takes you on a nice boat, like down the Sicilian River in Italy when they're doing just a boat. There's something like standing on the boat. That,
Yeah, the guy
that
with the
fucking
long
Bojangles.
pole pushing you.
He's like, oh yeah, grazie, grazie. He's just walking you down the road. You know what I mean? With the oh, dude, that. Oh god.
And then the
Okay, keep
biscuit.
going. I'm listening.
And the biscuit. Don't be sick. That biscuit is dry as hell, but then you got the sweet tea to water it down.
That biscuit is Tebow time.
Oh
That's when
yeah.
you pull a Tebow time. You give him the. Dear Lord, thank you for this meal.
If you get a
And
fucking
that's when you take
biscuit,
a.
because I get there Friday and I don't I should have learned
Oh,
my lesson. I don't check the because so Bojangles they give it to you in the little box and it's already sealed up
yes.
and all that and like we're on our lunch break so we're kind of hauling ass and we go how do they forget they forgot the biscuit and me and my buddy both went and they forgot both of our biscuits.
Both of you guys?
Both of our
No.
biscuits.
What were they running low?
I don't know.
I
It
didn't
was
forget both biscuits.
but like it was like you know what whatever we're fucking the biscuit wasn't the make or break. I got my 4-piece
Yeah.
tendies, I got the sweet tea, I got the fries. The biscuit's just kind of the bonus, you know.
Yeah, the biscuit is like the happy ending at the end. It's like
Yeah,
you made it.
yeah. It wasn't like oh we're giving you a fucking tuna fish or something like fucking Burger King giving me a Whopper.
Tuna fish. Oh, dude, if Burger King gave you tuna fish, I would tell you to go to the cops.
Oh yeah, I
I would
would have
tell you
called
to
the fucking
find your
FBI or
local
something.
authorities. Damn, dude, but you had a rough week. At
Yeah,
least you had like
dude.
a little bounce back time. You got these 2 days to
Yeah, to really find
podcast and to
myself.
reflect.
Yeah,
Yeah, find your inner peace
go on a vision
after all that
quest.
shit. Dude, so speaking of going to work, I know we're big music guys. What's the music looking like? I need some new music going on.
Dude, so 2021, we're thinking just overall in the year, big year for music. But
I
recently,
hope so. Because
yeah,
there's no live music
yeah,
here.
unfortunately, we're not doing live music, but A Day to Remember dropped an actual like live acoustic show did, I guess, with
Yeah.
some of the classic songs acoustic set, and then they covered one song that I never heard of, but it was pretty good, and then they also dropped a new song. They did like a live acoustic version, and then they dropped the full song, which is like also kind of a slow acoustic song, and it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
What's the song called? Is it? I'm looking right
We
now. Is it Everything We Need?
yeah, Everything We Need. That's what it is. Give that a listen. It's
There's
pretty
the
good.
live acoustic.
So yeah, they dropped
Dude,
the
because
live
I remember we
acoustic.
listened. Keep going.
I was gonna say they dropped the live acoustic, and then like the day after they dropped like the regular song, like the studio edit. And the original song is also kind of like an acoustic, slower song, but it's pretty good. I like it.
I'll listen to it right after this. Dude, because I brought that up because I remember Brick Wall. We kind of had a thing on it. Wasn't the best. We've been listening to them for how long?
Oh, dude. I mean,
In the
before
tens. In the tens.
I'm thinking like '05. I want to say. Like I don't even think I was in middle school yet.
Because I remember you showed me them. So it's been that long. But that song, dude, on that new. Because Mind Reader, amazing.
Mind Reader good.
Resentment, I fuck with it.
Yep.
Degenerates, it's a song. I like it.
Yeah, Degenerates was okay.
Brick Wall? Brick Wall was just not it for me, dude. I'm going to be honest with you.
I like Brick Wall a little more than Degenerates, I think.
Dude, I don't know about that.
Dude, that ending breakdown in
Dude,
Brick Wall gets me every time.
you get this with me every time. It's like a minute climax for a 3.5 minute song. So you get honey dick for 2.5 minutes. You're okay with that? Let me hear that. Let me hear it.
Yeah. That breakdown goes so hard at the end.
It makes up for the 75% of the other song.
Yes. Dude, when that breakdown hits, I am punching my passenger seat. I'm driving and I'm just doing like the
breakdown. Me and you. I was like, oh shit. But I'm like, I just listened to 75% of the song because that breakdown is not that long, dude.
It's not. It's at the very end, but it's like it's kind of it's like average, right? The song's not that great. It's for the most part. I feel like the mix, like
The
the
mix is so bad.
yeah, like the I feel like if it was
Whoever
more
mixed
like
that song
raw,
has to retire. The
yeah.
mix for that was so bad.
I feel like if it was just like the raw guitar, like keep it out of the studio, just keep it like raw. I mean, I also don't know too much about fucking music and producing or any of that shit.
It was overproduced, man. Even
Yeah,
no, but like if an average guy can tell it's overproduced, it's overproduced.
right,
If me and you can tell, like average listen, like it's overproduced. We're not music guys.
right.
I'm not playing the fucking clarinet. It's over. It's no.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
don't know,
seemed like it
man.
was overdone, a little over the top there, which I didn't like. But that breakdown, dude, that breakdown at the end when he's screaming like pessimism is a killer, just
Yeah.
it makes me just do like the fucking weed
Breakdown was
whacker,
nice.
like the fucking crank it up. I'm just in my room, in my car, where just you know, yeah, just doing that. No matter where I hear that, dude, I could be in the grocery store, just doing the fucking pull to start.
Dude, remember we saw them? We
When
yeah, we
at
saw Blink One Eighty
PNC
Two.
with Blink 182, yeah.
That was a show, dude. So what else? I gotta. What else are we listening to?
Dude, so
What's the other mix on the day?
that's what I normally
Is
I
that the day
listen.
shift?
That's the day shift. Driving to work, I'm listening to kind of the standard like heavy metal, punk rock, Blink 182, whatever. Then coming home, dude, I just I don't know how I got into it, dude, but it just came across a couple pirate shanties. Yeah, like
No, but like you have to elaborate on that. People, I don't know if people don't understand what a pirate shanty is.
like
What
like
is a pirate? Rob, you explain what a pirate shanty is. Go into it.
like yeah, just like pirate theme songs, I guess. Like you know,
Some Jack Sparrow shit. Dun, 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 dun,
a little bit
dun,
of
dun.
that comes up in the playlist.
That comes with the playlist.
Yeah, dude, that like basically you go if you type in like Assassin's Creed Black Flag soundtrack, basically all
All
those
that shit.
songs. Yeah, dude, it's good, man. It's good stuff.
So you've been listening to that every night on the way home.
Just about, yeah. The past week, like the past 5 days.
How have you not been arrested? You have to been going 110 miles per hour,
Oh, yeah,
like you were like about to like dock a ship.
you're just well, some songs sometimes they have the sad songs.
Oh, so you're driving slow. You're kind of
So
taking it
yeah,
in.
sometimes you're there it's talking about like the old man and the sea or something. And you're just kind
Yeah,
of
the old man in the sea shit.
yeah,
Okay.
dude, a little Moby Dick, going on. It's a vibe though.
I get. I mean, you haven't bought a no eye patch, no pirate hat yet.
I got an eye patch laying around here somewhere though. I'll find it. I'll break it out next week.
Get out next week.
Next week I'll break
Dude,
out the eye patch, I
I'm
think.
trying to think what I do because I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm on my like Bill Cosby, R.I.P. I know he's in jail. He's not dead. I've been listening to like a lot of podcasts, a lot of just like old guy shit. Like it's like NBC News, but like for the younger generation. Like a lot of Joe Rogan, a lot of it. Like almost every episode I've watched
Jeez.
since quarantine. Dude, The Cure,
Classic.
old. I'm talking old man shit. You go from The Cure to Godsmack, just a lot, dude. You know what band is really good? You got to get into
Who?
Blind Melon.
Blind Melon?
Blind Melon, dude. Blind Melon, yo. Shout out to Kevin. Listen, Corn.
Corn.
Not even joking. First thing that pops up, dude, is Corn.
Corn.
God, dude. The thing with that music is, dude, it never dies. Name me a Corn song that isn't good now that was like it's not good when it came out. That's like music that lasts, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, probably 90% of their songs. Dude,
Hits,
Korn is
dude.
whack. They had like 3 good songs.
Corn hits, dude.
Yeah,
Hits.
like 3 songs do. Like the
Dude, dude, the first four songs have 100,000 plays. 100 million plays. Wait, what? 100 million plays. Sorry, I'm telling you.
Well, that's because like
Dude, you
those
know,
weird corn heads, dude.
you know what I've been listening to a lot. You told me last week that it was whack. Neck Deep.
Yeah, I'm not too
That
crazy on
band,
Neck Deep.
kind of good, dude.
Yeah, I
My
don't know.
girl, dude, my girlfriend's been like kind of pushing me. You know, it's like I'm like a pushover. So she'll tell me to listen to it. I'm like, are you drinking that beer from
No, this is a
beer
different
we
one. This is
what is it now? You got to
well,
announce every
all
beer you
right.
drink.
So this is Aviator Brewing Company, a local brewery, I think, somewhere here. This is the Three Bones Kolsch
How is it?
style
Good?
ale, 5.2%. It's not bad. I like the fat tires a little more. I'll give this maybe like a 6.5. I'll give this a 6.5. It's kind of like Blue Moon. It tastes like.
See, you know I'm not a Blue Moon guy, so I gotta shake my head to that one.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as the Golden Monkeys.
No, this is pretty bad, but I'm drunk. Like I'll tell you, I drank 3 of these and I'm wasted,
Oh yeah.
dude. So you know what that gets me to? Dude. You always tell me these crazy stories about your coworkers. Coworkers.
You're breaking up there, Dan.
You were bringing up. So, what are some coworker stories that you can tell me?
About the place I work now or just in general? Like the place I work at
No, just
now?
tell me, dude. Tell me some crazy shit. I need some aviation stories.
Some aviation stories?
Some crap aviation stories.
Um, well, we got the one dude who I work with, right? He's like my boss. He's kind of like the supervisor of the night shift. Uh, and he just got engaged. So congratulations to him. But he got engaged to his ex-wife. So
How?
like they were married, got divorced, had a couple kids. Well, I guess they got married, had a couple kids, then got divorced, and then now they're living together and got re-engaged. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell. Who the hell? I was like, I'm not even gonna get into that, but that's him. That's his thing.
That's kind of insane,
That's
man.
a little crazy, yeah.
Is he okay?
I don't know.
How do you get engaged to the same woman twice?
Yeah, like
It's just like, all right, listen, we didn't make it on time. Let's give a gift, like Christmas gift. Like, what goes on with that?
I don't know, you were breaking up there for a second.
So I said, what goes? Wait, can you edit that out?
I could try. We'll edit all this out, but it's probably not gonna be uploaded tonight then.
So what goes on with that? You give her the same ring. You
So
get
that's what I
get a.
asked him. I was like, did you have to go back to the pawn shop? Like I was making a joke. I was like, you have to go back to the pawn shop and buy the ring back? He's like, no, that's in Arizona. I was like, oh, I was just kind of kidding there, buddy, but
Arizona. Is it no? It's in Arizona.
yeah, I was like,
That is
oh,
crazy,
yeah.
dude. I think you were telling me what, like this week, dude. Who's that guy that was drinking chocolate milk in the tub? Who
Oh,
was that guy?
Yeah, yeah. So this kid's actually pretty smart. He's a pretty good mechanic, but he's a little odd, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I can't wait to go home this week and or he's like, go home tonight and drink some chocolate milk in the tub." And I'm like, "What? Are you just gonna go home and drink chocolate milk?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You ever sit backwards on the toilet and eat a bowl of ice cream?" I'm like, "What?" He's
You
like,
didn't say
"Yeah."
that.
He's like, "Yeah, it's nice because the top of the toilet tank that acts like a shelf keeps your ice cream cool." I'm like, "And why are you sitting backwards on the toilet?" He's like, "Oh, because I'm taking a shit too." I'm like, "What the hell?"
What's wrong with this? Dude, you know what? You know where I work now, Pizza Cucina.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we had a guy I mean, this guy was fucked. This guy could have been in jail. We don't even know because it's not like we run background checks at a pizza place.
Right.
Dude, so this guy comes in one day. I'm sitting there. We're gonna interview this guy. I've never seen a man. He comes in with cut off gloves. You know those like ankle cut, not ankle, knuckle cut.
Yeah, just like the hobo gloves.
Yeah, the guy, it's Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, Home Alone 2. Dude, so he comes in there with that, and I'm like, okay, a little weird. And then I see his coat. It's like the old fashioned ruffled Spanish Armada coat. Ugh. Like, Chris Farley, it's like, that is correct.
Yeah.
He comes in with one of those dudes ruffled at the bottom. And I'm like, kind of like shaking my head. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, I don't know if this guy's coming in for the pizza delivery job, or I don't know if he's gonna come to buy the place. So he comes in. I'm like, I'm talking to him, and I'm like, right away. You ever get that feeling right away? You're like, this guy's gonna be fucked up.
Oh
Like
yeah.
this guy isn't normal. This guy, he's not a guy we've seen before. Like that, I feed off that shit.
I mean, anyone wearing hobo gloves, that's a red flag in my book.
Dude, we haven't even got to this guy gets 100 million times worse. So the first thing he says, he starts talking to us. He's like, "Yeah, I used to be a chef in New York. He's like, I was making like 100 grand, maybe a month." And I'm like, "Look," I look at Ghani. He looks at me. I'm like, "There's no way in hell this can be possible." Like, this guy told me he worked there for 20 years. To make the math up. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane money. I'm like, unless this guy has his money we don't know about. So we keep talking to the guy and we let him work there because we would let crackheads work there.
Yeah, you're just delivering
Like,
pizza.
as long as you're not shooting meth, I mean, like, you're hired.
Yeah.
So he works there for maybe 3 weeks. And I noticed, like, he kept getting weirder and weirder. He would, like, because like Teresa Giudice, that weird
Yeah, housewives of New
lady
Jersey.
housewife. She called one day and he was like, "Oh, she's my best friend." He's like, "Let me deliver there." He's like, "She knows me. I used to cook for her." And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, "This guy's insane. Like, he's gonna kill this lady."
Yeah, like if he used to
I was
cook,
like,
well, how come he's not a chef in the back of the restaurant? Why is he
that's
delivering pizza?
he got into a dude. So he goes to this lady. I'm like, he's gonna murder her. Like, in my head, I'm like, this guy's gonna kill her. So he goes to the house. I don't think anything of it. A week goes by. He tries to fight the fucking cook in the back. He's like, "You don't know how to cook, sucker." He's like, "I can outcook you any day." I'm like, "Dude, this is an Iron Chef."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Dude, you're making a meatball parm sub." Like, that guy in the back is making a salad. You want to outcook him making a salad? Go for it. He's like, "But get the fuck out of here." So that passes. I'm like, "All right, it's fine." And this guy was always kind of snappy with me. I'll just kind of let it go. Let it go. Dude, so he comes in one day at 11 o'clock in the morning, telling this kid that literally was the quietest kid in the world. He was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up after work." He's like, "I'll be waiting for you," and I'm sitting there like this. I'm like, I'm like, we just opened.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you fighting about? And dude, this guy comes in. I have to fire him. I'm like, listen, dude, your talents aren't good here.
Right.
I'm like, we're gonna have to find somebody else.
Yeah. Take them to
You know,
South Beach.
I've had, dude, because I'm. Have you ever had to have a guy conversation? I was like, we gotta find somebody else. And this guy started going ballistic. Dude, he started going crazy, flipping me off in the parking lot. He started calling my boss. Dude, he lit the pizza bag on fire. Dude, all this crazy shit. Dude, for months he would call us. He'd be like, "Hey, cocksuckers, I want my job back." He would send Gandhi a picture of the pizza bag in a trash can. One of
He
those
still
like
kept it
dumpsters.
after he lit it on fire. He still kept it.
I think this guy, he had to be a little crazy. Unless he
Oh
bought
yeah.
another one. He sent this picture of it. He's like, "Come get this cocksucker. You know my address." I was like, "Dude, we never took an application from this guy. We don't know where he lives."
Yeah.
Dude, he kept calling. Dude, he called us last week, man.
Oh my god,
This
he's
guy's
still
still
upset with you.
calling us. We fired him 9 months ago. Almost, dude. It has to be almost a year ago. And he was like, "Fuck you guys, dude." But like, that's what we're dealing with over there. That's not the only weirdo we've had over there. Dude, there's so many people like that.
Oh yeah. People are
You
fucking
remember
crazy.
Vinny?
Dude, Vinny. That dude, he came up to me one day. He's like, "Hey man, you talking to any girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got this one girl who I've been talking to, whatever." He's like, "She ever send you like dirty pictures?" I'm like, "This dude's like 40 something, probably 50 something years old." I'm like, you know, sometimes like, kind of like mind your own business." He's like, "You want to send them to me?" I'm like,
You
"Nah,
want to send them?
man." Like, I was like, I don't even show that shit to you. Like I keep that shit to myself. I'm not gonna show some like the 50-year-old pizza guy who I work with like nudie pit like just look up porn, man. Like,
You're just going for it, dog. No
yeah.
one's bothering you. But that guy's fucked up. You
Oh yeah.
remember him?
Oh
Like
yeah.
he would get like the vodka. He would get like vodka shooters, people, and he would put them in like a slushy. Like, I mean, no one would say anything because like I'm not gonna tell you how to live
Well,
your
it's also
life.
10
Like,
o'clock in the morning.
I mean, yeah, we're just I'm putting that part out of it because it kind of sounds better. But it was 10 o'clock in the morning. He would tell us to get him a Slurpee. We get him a Slurpee. He would come back with two vodka shooters. I would think nothing of it because I'm an idiot. And he would be like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. He would start drinking it throughout the day. Throughout the day, it was horrible. It would start out okay. The ending of that day, the ending of that shift would be a mayhem. Pizza would get sent out without fucking toppings. This guy one time sent pizza without cheese.
Yeah, he just sends a
What's good
standard
pizza
tomato
without
pie.
cheese? You're gonna send someone fucking tomato sauce?
Yeah, Vinny's tomato pies.
Yeah, Vinny's tomato pies used to call them. When he used to get can you imagine? I remember that guy one time told me because he was so fucking whatever he had the night before, dude. He must have been wired for sound. He was like, he's like, you guys don't know this. He's like, but I went to the hospital the other day, and in my head, I'm like, I don't think that's good. Like this guy's telling me he came to work, and he went to the hospital the day before. Like, this can't be good.
Yeah.
So this guy told me because he lives in Patterson. He said he lives on the good side of Patterson, but he had to walk through the bad side. He was like, "Yeah, I left the hospital with no shoes on." Immediately, alarm signs went off in my head. It was like, "Do not listen to this. This is gonna be horrible for your mind."
Yeah.
So we're driving through Patterson, the bad side, with no shoes on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this guy had to go to Looney Bin. Had to go to Looney Bin or he had to get a DUI. It's like one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm like, this can't be good. Dude, who's telling us, he's like, people were yelling at him and shit. I'm like, this is the life of a lunatic. Dude, but this guy is, it gets worse. Because I told you a long time ago. This guy used to tell us about stories of his wife.
Right.
Dude, Rob, the stories that this guy used to tell me about his wife was stuff I wouldn't repeat to anybody in this whole world. Rob, like I'm talking stuff that is like it's X-rated.
Just foul things.
Stuff, this is stuff you don't tell anybody. You
Yeah.
tell your best friend, maybe your friend after that. After that, you cut it off. God forbid it gets out to some dude, but he told anyone that would listen.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, me and my wife would do this. Me and my wife would do this. My wife is fucking crazy.
Ugh.
Rob, Rob. His wife came in one day. Vinny, for anyone that's Vinny is 150 pounds. Italian white guy with gray hair, crackhead looking. His wife came in. She was 350 pounds. She had a cane. She was so big. She said, I'm disabled. I have a cane. I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, this is insane. We can't let this happen. This is on my eye. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't let this go. Dude, so I'm just like, you ever have that image? You're like sitting there. You're like, this guy told me so much bad stuff about this person. I just can't get it out of my head. You know what I mean? I'm like sitting there like Goose Fraba, like trying to get the good Zen out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, I can't look this lady in the face. And she's came in like 3 or 4 times before. Like after that, I'm like, oh god, I just can't look at you. I'm like, get out of here. And this guy's talking about doing this, that, and the other thing to you. I'm like, I can't even walk.
Oh man. I remember one time Vinny had his wife call call in sick for him. And she's like,
I
"Yeah.
remember the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Vinny can't come in." And then you hear him in the background like, "Tell him I got the flu." She's like, "He's got the flu. He's sick." Hey, tell him I'm coughing up blood. It's like he's got the flu and he's coughing up blood. And
I'm telling
Gotti was on the phone, and Gotti's like, "Tell him to quit fucking faking it and get his ass over here." He's like, "I'm not fucking faking it. I'm fucking dying over here."
that guy dude is the best, man. He's sick, man.
Oh, that guy's fucked up.
You know what? Speaking of that, let's get into the Lord. So a little birdie told me that because I was a fellow Catholic school jock, I guess you can say.
Jock.
I attended the Lord 5 days out of the week. Are you a fellow church goer? I think you used to save houses.
Yeah,
How
I
much you let
mean,
the people know that?
used to volunteer with like the local like church back when I was in high school.
So you went to band camp.
Not band camp, not Jesus camp. It was like a mission trip kinda. You know? And it
That
was
sounds a little culty. Don't call it a mission. That sounds a little
it was like a
culty.
mission trip, dude. It was like you go and you help people less fortunate than you down in West Virginia.
Okay.
And like they needed help with like their homes. It was good, man. I liked it. It was like
Because I've been
poor.
thinking about doing that like as an adult. So
Yeah.
how was it?
It was like poor people in West Virginia needed help with like their homes, like if their stairs were falling apart or like their ceiling was leaking or something. Like just typical like homeowner stuff that like maybe they didn't have the funds for, or like single mom with like 3 kids, like she's not really like handy, doesn't know how to do stuff. So me and a bunch of other like teenage kids and like a few adults from the local church went down there and held it cost us about like $500, but it was like they paid for all our food, and like I mean part of that money went to like the supplies and like gas to get down there, and we just helped these less fortunate families. And so the first year I went, I didn't really know anyone who I went with, like a couple kids who I went to high school with, but I'm like, oh, they're in like the church group, so I'm not really too crazy about the whole church thing, but I was like, I really do want to help people. I like working with my hands, so I'll go and just help people for a week and do that. And when I went, I was like, wow, these kids are normal. Like they talk about going to high school parties and drinking, and some of them talked about smoking pot and stuff. And I'm like, wow, these are just regular, normal kids. Like they're here just having fun too, like, doing the thing. So I don't know. It felt good to help other people. And like, I definitely made some friends with it just through church. And like, the one thing that like you all did have in common was like church. So it's like you had the same religious beliefs, whether you personally believed in it or not. You were like, okay, well, we all read from the same book, kinda. We all kinda technically kinda believe in the same thing.
Dude, you know why? Because I want to like kind of like I go to Patterson every now and then, and I like do like a food drive with this like my professor from school. But I want to kind of like do the same thing. And I never got what was that? What is it? What's the thing
Confirmation.
after communion? I never got confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have to do that for confirmation, so I was like, oh. So I was thinking, because like I'm not a religious guy. I went through like 6 years of Catholic school boot camp, where they're like, all right, like eat this bread, drink this wine, go to school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, oh God, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, please. I'm like, dear Lord. But like lately, I've been thinking about it because I'm like, I kind of want to get into that. Not for like, not for anybody else, but like, dude, like if I'm gonna help somebody, I'll help somebody with that at least. It's an organization where at least you can help somebody.
Yeah, and so what's kind of crazy is, up there up north, most people are Catholic, right? Like when you were going through like church school and everything like that, like a lot of kids you probably saw in high school were also Catholic going through it too. Down here, dude, in North Carolina, most people aren't Catholic.
What
Like,
a
I think for the most part they're Baptist, which I don't really know too much
yeah.
about the difference, but there are differences. And when I was going to school down here, like there was like a couple like Muslim kids and like Indian kids, and like everyone's just kind of like sharing their thoughts. So like some of the like Christian kids were talking, and like one kid said something, and I was like, well, hold on, that's not true. That like this is what really happened, and he's just like, oh no, that's what Catholics think. And I'm like, yeah, are you not Catholic? And he's like, oh no, I'm Baptist. And like five other kids were like, yeah, we're all Baptist. And I was like, hold on. So it's like then I was on the
Just
outskirts,
read. Yeah.
and it
Outside
felt,
looking
yeah, it felt so weird because it was just like I asked around and everything, and it was just like no one else was Catholic. And it's like it's not like the kids were bullying me or anything like that. Like,
oh
oh
yeah.
no, like that's a lot, this and that. But dude, that was the
Right,
only
you're the
time.
outsider.
Yeah, that was the only time I ever felt like secluded because of like my religion, which I don't even feel too strongly about either. Like I'm not like a
Hey man, yeah.
diehard like religious person, but I was just like, wow, like I'm kind of on my own here.
Yeah, I
Which
get that.
yeah, back up north it's just like there's someone else around who has to be Catholic. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's just like someone else, and it was such a weird feeling.
that's the majority over here, dude. It's different, yo. If I learned anything, it's different in every region.
Yeah.
Every region has their own thing. But I mean, you got to respect that. Not everyone believes in the same shit, you know?
Oh yeah, which is good, dude, because then you just get different perspectives on the
I
same
like that shit. Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah.
yeah, on the same like topic, and then you get like, well, hold on, what about like this person sees it this way, and then this guy sees it this way, and you see it this way, and you're just kind of when you have people who all have open minds, it's great because then it's
Yeah.
just like you each kind of learn something new.
Brings you honestly. I think that brings you together.
Yeah,
Cause dude, I was never like a big. Cause dude, I was like a religious guy for fucking how many years? But after a while, it's like beating a dead horse.
right.
And my girlfriend's Muslim. You gotta like kind of take other things into perspective. Like I don't eat pork solely out of because she doesn't. I'm not Muslim. I don't speak that. I don't pray that shit. It's just like perspective. My perspective on things have changed. So I've changed, like internally.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, dude, as soon as you start learning about other shit, everything changes around you. Anyway, it's like I feel like religion just gives you like a path. If you weren't on a path before, you're on a path now. So like, I don't know, because I'm on my me and you, we're always our own path. We're gonna
Yep.
listen to what we want to listen to. So like, religion is like I don't want to say it was never our thing. Like, dude, I never like woke up one day. I was like, oh, can't wait. I can't wait to go to Catholic school.
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, that's not us. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, but that's not us. I'll listen to everyone around me, but I'm not gonna just stick with one thing because I'm way too open minded to listen to anything else.
Right.
But I feel like that's for everything. So last thing, I saw Mikey Regier. If anyone was listening,
Mikey Rug
he went
Doctor.
snowboarding. Rug Doctor, Rug Doctor 69 and 69 was snowboarding the other day.
I saw that
Dude,
on Snapchat.
where did we get into snowboarding, dude? Because I've never went. I'm like a newbie. I've never went at
Uh,
all.
you gotta go snowboarding, dude. It's awesome. I haven't gone in probably like a decade, but
Is it
literally,
hard?
yeah, it's probably been like a decade. It's not hard in the sense that like you're strapped in, right? So
Yeah,
you gotta imagine that. I mean, like you used to skate back in the day with us. So it's
yeah,
like you're strapped in, so it's like as long as you could stand on your board, like your skateboard and not just like fall off just riding, you
yeah.
kind of have it, but it's really just kind of like controlling your speed. But like I said, dude, I haven't done that in like 10 years probably. But I definitely want to go again. It doesn't really snow too much in North Carolina, at least where I live.
If you back up and when you want to snowboard, I'll snowboard.
Uh,
100%. Because I always wanted to just try it. Because I never even went like when they had that middle school shit. Like, you went to that middle school shit.
yeah, it's fucking
How
dope,
was it?
dude. It was fun. It was fun. Me and Mikey Rugg, man.
Equal experience?
It was good. It was good. The part that wasn't too good was that like I mean, we were still young back then, so it was like we only went once a week for a few weeks, and it's like we had to go
Yeah,
on their time. We couldn't stay longer if we wanted to. But like now that we're older, dude,
yeah.
and like we could just load up in a car, throw our boards in, and just fucking shred. And then like of course we're older, so like we throw a couple beers in there, dude. It's a fucking grand old time.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go then.
Is
Hell yeah.
these victory V's, I mean, they're doing the job.
Dude, I think next week, dude, I might have to hammer down some of these other ones. These 10%er golden monkeys. They are disgusting, but I might have to hammer them.
We got to do other ones. We got to do reviews. But I think we did a good job for this week.
Yes,
So,
sir.
guys, if you want to follow us, Instagram, tack_up_it.
Well, I think it's tack underscore
Oh,
it
tack,
underscore up.
way too drunk. Tack_it_up. And then What are we on? Because you're the producer on
We're
this. You're
I'm
sending it out.
trying to produce it. I don't really know what I'm doing. So this video, we're doing a video for those just listening, video on YouTube only. And then the audio, I think we're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM. I don't know what else we're on. I think that's it for now. Maybe Apple Podcasts. We're trying to get
Okay.
out there. I'm learning as I go. Um,
I mean, me and you are both.
we're both
But I think we're
learning.
doing it all right.
And next week's episode, we're thinking we might have. Did you get in contact with someone who has a foot fetish? If you didn't listen to
I
last week's
think
episode,
we have it in. I
la-
think we have it in here.
last week's episode we talked. We want to get a person with a foot fetish on the show, and Dan thinks we got someone for next
I
week.
think we have it. I think we have it.
So next week we might have a foot fetish guy on the episode. We could get some insight, learn a little more about the culture.
For this week, I think, guys, if you're not, Tack It Up.
Tack it up. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Thumbs up or wherever you could thumbs up. Whatever the hell you have to do.
This is Dan and Rob signing out.